Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only the best. I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooters gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I fall, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only the best. I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win, yeah.
Hello again, long time no see. So I'm glad I actually decided to go live again because, yes, there is a press conference that will be happening. I was told that it was 4:30 Central. So let me double check because I do have WFLA up and they are starting their stream at 4:30 Eastern. So I need to check again because when I went to the Hoover Police Department on Twitter, let me go back there. I thought it had said 4:30 Central. Okay, so now I don't see it. All right, so let me go to I'll go to JB and see what his Twitter says. Oh, so now, okay, so JB had put Hoover Police call 5 p.m. Eastern time for Central press conference. So we have until 5 o'clock. That's what I thought. Okay. And I do have it up just in case they do start early, but I was correct. And strangely enough, I did get an email about the press conference, but I realized there was going to be a press conference because I got a notification that Betty was going live. So there's that. So she does have some use, so to speak. So before we start, because we are going to talk about the case in Florida that she completely messed up, and there was also a press conference in that case. So it kind of gives us some time just to talk about that case in Florida. And then hopefully by the time I wrap that up, we will be ready to roll right into Carly Russell press conference. So hi, Katie, Denise, Stella Bella, No Wire Hangers, hello. Steph B, Becca, Jeannie, welcome back. Hey, Bash. Yes, Bash is hopefully going to find someone to help fix her car. So she does have the link. So Bash is welcome to join if she should choose. She has the link. Becca hit it 100 times. They do have the heart thing now, which apparently the more you hit the heart or something, like, I don't know, it has something to do with the algorithm. I have no idea. I'm starting to believe that we all got Betty pegged all wrong. Maybe she's just trolling us all, and she's at heart an honest, God-fearing Southern belle. Could this not be a facade, an act for money? Listen, if it's an act for money, she's failing miserably, just saying. Beer can, how's your eye doing, my friend? Hey, Outlaw. Just sitting back watching the streets go downhill. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I've seen some titles of lives, and I don't even want to know, because yeah, I'm gonna stay right in my little corner over here. Oh yes, a Southern Jezebel. That I would agree with. Oh yeah, and don't get me started on JLR, as we all make fun at Hacilius with much laughter. Who's laughing the most? Who is it that is laughing all the way to the bank? Well, possibly. And I'm wondering, with the press conference, I wonder if JLR was able to get into the press conference with his press credentials. That would be really interesting if he was actually able to get in and ask a question. Hey, nobody. What is your take on the controversy, Emmy? I demand an answer. Was the dress blue or gold? So I saw this comment, which is interesting, because there was an article, because now the husband, and I don't know if this was a while ago, I just saw the news story in my feed and I added it to my watch later. The husband involved in that controversy is actually being, or was, accused of trying to kill his wife. So that is on the back burner as well. That's another story I'm trying to get to. So I'm glad that you commented, because it reminded me to go back and look at that. Hello, Denise. Ariana's mama. No, but Lisa sent me an email saying, I just saw your video about her walking around with no pants, and I'm pretty sure there's a video of her with her bra laying on the dresser. So Lisa had the timestamp, so of course I went and looked. Sure enough, she was ending her live and doesn't realize there is a bra sitting behind her on a dresser. She then finally realizes the bra is there, but only after you can see the entire thing in its full glory. So I am going to put a video of that up later, but I just didn't have time. Yeah, exactly. No pants and no bra. Tiffany, hi. Chris, hello. Cool Gamer, always a pleasure. Seems to be everywhere. Scooby, hi. Okay, Smarties, let's now supposedly make fun of the dumb. Well, when you're that much of a moron, you deserve it. I'm just saying. I mean, it doesn't take much to realize what you're saying and that it's completely wrong. I'm spending time with my sister and I am totally lost in one day. I haven't even watched anybody else today because I've been live myself. So, and I just, in the break, I did make something to eat. I fed the felines. I went and saw the babies and started the dryer. So I did actually get some things done. Mary, hi. Katie B. Hey, Blank, what's going on? Hippoporium, hello. Rebel Rose, Natalie, Marcy. Oh, really, Stephanie? That's interesting considering all of her social media I thought was shut down. Interesting. Yeah. I feel like I agree, Sinner. It's just I do my own thing. Like I'm live so much now, or I do my own research, stories. I just, I'd rather just watch clips of old movies and TV shows or my raccoons and color and do puzzles. So her shoulder holder, her shoulder pads are big. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and even when C19 happened and we had to teach online, I always had, I had shorts on or always pants. Like I would not wear what she was wearing. No, because I'm still doing my job. And according to her, that is her job. And I dressed appropriately. The only thing that I did do is I wore flip flops or sandals instead of, dress shoes. But I'm at home. Nobody's going to see my feet. All right, so I am caught up. If I missed anyone, I apologize, but welcome. So the first thing I want to do, and I hate watching myself, but for those of you who may not have been in my earlier live where I was just talking about random cases and stories that, were interesting to me or that I wanted to talk about. And so towards the end of my presentation, Bash had said that Betty had posted a new TikTok. So I went over to TikTok because lo and behold, she did a breaking news update on a story that I had in my presentation. So instead of me going through it all again, I'm going to just play. It's about 7 minutes or so. Let me see. I can tell you for sure. I didn't write timestamp today. It's about 9 minutes. So just under 9 minutes, but I figure you can see what it was like in real time as I called out this lady. And just know that I do drop an F-bomb. I didn't mean to, but I was so flabbergasted with this idiot that it just rolled right off the tongue. So just know that I do say I do use the F-bomb, but she deserves it. So that's what we're going to start with. And I'm pretty sure we'll be wrapped up with this by the time the press conference for Carly starts. So okay, so again, this is from my live earlier, and this is just the clip where it's not the entire clip, it's just part of it where we realize that Betty doesn't know what she's doing. Well, even more so than usual. And I just have to let this buffer. I have so many windows open that I probably should close some of these. Okay.
Hey guys, Bullhorn Betty here.
Oh my gosh, how funny is that? Hello, my name is Moron is right in the middle there.
Guys, there's some breaking news out of Florida. There was...
Ugh. I wasn't having internet issues.
3 suitcases with human remains in the Florida waterways here in Deltona, Florida. Officials say after human remains were found in a suitcase.
Deltona? What is Deltona? And I don't live in Florida, but is Deltona is that putting Delray Beach and Daytona Beach together? So we've got Delray, Deltona. All right, we're gonna. Oops.
Hey guys, Bullhorn Betty here. Guys, there's some breaking.
All right, that was my fault. I was monkeying around.
News out of Florida. There was 3 suitcases with human remains in the Florida waterways here in Deltona, Florida.
Deltona? Okay, hold on. So Lise, we're going to go to map. We're going to go to maps for a second. Okay, and of course now my internet, give me 1 second. I'm going to try dropping her and putting her back up. Okay, so we're going to go to maps because again, I am not from Florida. So Delray Beach is here where you see that red outline. So there's West Palm Beach. Oh, so it's near Miami. So Daytona is not even close. Daytona is way up here. Yeah, I knew Daytona was in the north. So Daytona is like north. And everyone coming in, this was my live that earlier I was doing true crime and story time. So just updates on cases that I've been looking at or interested me. And towards the end, I got a message from Bash saying that Betty posted a TikTok about this case in Florida where a woman was found in 3 separate suitcases. And so this is my live from earlier where I was going through looking up things because I was doing some investigation of my own. And again, for those of you coming in, I do throw F-bomb. So just know that I didn't mean to, but it just happened. East of Orlando. What the heck? Okay, this is why she needs to read the chat. What do you mean? I am reading my chat. What did I miss? Oh, her role. And I got this story yesterday, but unfortunately I was live talking about her. So I knew I was going to talk about the case today on my slideshow. And what? Boca Raton. Right. So why is she saying Deltona? Is Deltona an actual... Oh, Deltona is actually a place. Wow. Oh my, so Deltona isn't even close. Deltona is north of Orlando. So it's actually halfway between Orlando and Daytona Beach. Deltona is right here. And oh my God. Okay, let's do directions, shall we? Sure, let's go on a trip. Just over 3 hours away from each other. She said Deltona. Yes, she didn't say Deltona Beach. She said Deltona, Florida. Wow. Betty? Yes, and so you're seeing me. I'm gonna put myself on the screen with this because I think it's more confusing because you'll see me next to myself, which is weird in itself. But this was a live that I did earlier where I was talking about stories and cases that I've been meaning to talk about. And this just went hard left when Bash informed me that Betty had done a TikTok on this case, which I was going to talk about soon after I got the message. Well, looks like we're going to have a clip coming soon. Now that I have a map to show that she... Yes, and it gets worse. Oops. I don't know what's happening. He has no idea what the hell she's talking about. All right, let's watch that again, shall we? Oh, sorry, y'all. I forgot to share the tab.
Hey guys, Bullhorn Betty here. Guys, there's some breaking news out of Florida. There was 3 suitcases with human remains in the Florida waterways here in Deltona, Florida.
She just said Deltona, Florida. She didn't even say Deltona Beach. Yep, and this is on her TikTok, which I did notice she's also posting them on YouTube. So, Betty, this is why you're not credible. It says Delray Beach right over your head. Let's see if she redeems herself. All right, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's, let me chill out a little bit.
Officials say after human remains were found in a suitcase floating in the Florida waterways, they came across 2 additional suitcases. Investigators say at least one of the females victims was wearing a floral.
Oh my God, Betty. Jesus. Mary and Joseph. There was one victim. Investigators, again, she points, investigators say the female victim, no S. Jesus. Like I said, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Like, if any of Betty's followers or simps are watching this, tell her to delete this because she looks like a complete moron. Oh my God. And I don't even know how long this... Oh, dang it.
Hey, guys.
Sorry, y'all. I don't know how to... We're going to have to listen to it again.
Bullhorn Betty here. Guys, there's some breaking news out of Florida. There was 3 suitcases with human remains in the Florida waterways here in Deltona, Florida. Officials say after human remains were found in a suitcase floating in the Florida waterways, they came across 2 additional suitcases. Investigators say at least one of the females victims was wearing a floral tank top, black undershirt, black mid-thigh shorts. So if this sounds like anybody that you know, you are asked to call law enforcement at your earliest convenience at 561-243-7874. If you are missing somebody that is Hispanic, middle-aged, has brown hair, approximately 5 feet 4 inches, please reach out.
And it says white. Did she say white or Hispanic? I'm really pissed off right now at her for screwing up this story. But I just heard her say Hispanic, middle-aged. I didn't hear her say white or Hispanic.
To the detectives, the homicide detectives, again, at 561-243-7874. Get this message out. Again, these victims have not yet been identified.
Again, she's saying these victims. Betty. It's one victim that was found in 3 separate suitcases.
Yet, if you are missing a loved one here in the state of Florida, please reach out and find out if church.
Yes, crime traveler. Oh my God, she's such a freaking moron. Like, you're trying to get this breaking news out and you're fucking it up. Like, this is what I'm saying. And I didn't mean to swear, but I'm like really pissed off now because it's not about breaking news and then getting the facts wrong. It's about this woman, this victim who is unknown at this moment in time, and getting the information out so that her family can know what happened to her. And she completely effed up this story. I'm so aggravated right now. So I hope Bash is going to go live, because if she doesn't, I am. Even though I said I wasn't going to.
If it's your loved one today, God bless each and every one of you. Prayers for the victims and their families.
Victim, Betty. Come on, computer, you can do it.
Please be kind to each other, especially in the chat box below. God bless.
Yeah, shut your pie. Okay, so yes, I did cut her off because I told her to shut her pie hole. So that was my live from earlier. So now, I did get, someone wanted to see the comments on her TikTok, because there have been comments and she has not responded that I know of. So this is, I gotta make sure I pause her because I don't want to hear her mouth again.
Hey guys, Bullhorn Betty
Shush.
here. Guys, there's some breaking.
Shush. Oh, there's been a few comments. So Chelsea does like a what? Heather says, it clearly says Delray Beach. Can you get anything right? Good Lord. Exactly. It's only one victim, lady. Tarzan says Deltona, ? And those are all the comments that she has so far. 17 hearts. So yeah, she screwed it up. And so the video I just showed was me in real time investigating what she had wrong. So what we're going to watch next is actually, there was a press conference on this case not too long after I ended the last live. So we're going to watch this, and then I'm hoping by that time the press conference for Carly will be starting and we can take a look at that. Because as you can see, Betty continues to bash Carly and her boyfriend. So I haven't watched that TikTok yet because I knew I was already aggravated. And I know Betty's live right now because she's going to cover the press conference. And I just already know how she's going to react based on what they say. Which she needs to just, as I said before, shut her pie hole. Dizzy, but she did screw it up. So let me just go back. She did screw it up. And this is why. It says officials are investigating human remains that were found in suitcases. And then it says, and actually, I'm not going to go through it because I do have the actual article that she read by Chelsea, and she did get it wrong. She did get it wrong because well, let's just watch it quick, shall we?
There's some breaking news. Hey guys, Bullhorn Betty here. Guys, there's some breaking news out of Florida. There was 3 suitcases with human remains in the Florida waterways here in Deltona, Florida. Officials say after human remains were found in a suitcase floating in the Florida waterways, they came across 2 additional suitcases. Investigators say it.
Now, this is what she read. She said, investigators say the female victim was wearing a floral tank top, a black undershirt, and black mid-thigh shorts. Police say she was white or Hispanic, middle-aged, had brown hair, was approximately 5 feet 4 inches, and may have had tattooed eyebrows. Okay? Let's hear what she says.
At least one of the females victims was wearing a floral.
At least one of the female victims. That's not what it says. It says the female victim. Again, words matter.
Tank top, black undershirt, black mid-thigh shorts. So if this sounds like anybody that you know, you are asked to call law enforcement at your earliest convenience at 561-243-7874. If you are missing somebody that is Hispanic, middle-aged, has brown hair, approximately 5.
And no, she didn't say white or Hispanic. She said only Hispanic.
5 feet 4 inches. Please reach out to the detectives, the homicide detectives, again at 561-243-7874. Get this message out. Again, these victims have not yet been.
Again, these victims have not yet been
identified yet. If you are missing a loved one here in the state of Florida, please reach out and find out if it's your loved one today. God bless each and every one of you. Pray.
Yeah, shut your pie hole, like I said before. So she's just full of baloney. And maybe the news had it incorrect at the beginning, but that TikTok, I don't know if it tells me when it was posted. 2 hours ago. So at 2:49 Central, give or take a few minutes, she should have known better, because I had the same article that she did that I read. And yeah, so she just can't, she doesn't read. She wants to get the breaking news, which it wasn't breaking because the story was out yesterday, but I digress. She wants to be so breaking with the news that she screws up all of the facts. It's not that hard to say Delray Beach instead of Deltona, which is over 3 hours away. I mean, it's not difficult to get facts right. Yeah. And let me just look quickly. Okay, so actually the press conference we'll just be behind on the press conference for Carly. So I'm going to play this next. This is the press conference that police held in regards to the human remains found in those 3 suitcases.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We're here to update a homicide investigation that happened with our officers' involvement on Friday, and we're here to give you some updated information on that. Again, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ted White, Public Information Manager for the Delray Beach Police Department. Today, you will hear from 2 people: our Chief of Police, Chief Russ Major, RUSSMAGER, Russ Major, Chief of Police for the Delray Beach Police Department. You'll also hear from Sergeant Casey Kelly, Sergeant Casey, C-A-S-E-Y, Kelly, K-E-L-L-Y. Delray Beach Police Chief Russ Major.
Good afternoon. My name is Chief Russ Major. I'm the Chief of the Delray Beach Police Department, and we are asking for the public's assistance in a recent homicide that occurred last week. On July 21st, we were called to the 1,000 block of Palm Trail in the Intracoastal Waterway, where somebody was reporting a suitcase with what was believed to be the human remains hanging outside the suitcase, floating within the Intracoastal Waterway. Officers and detectives responded and were able to corroborate that it was in fact human remains that were.
Come on, computer.
Protruding from this particular suitcase. Within a few hours of this particular call, we had received 2 other calls regarding other suitcases that were floating just south of this location. There were 2 other suitcases found within a few hours of the original call. We were able to determine that the remains within this suitcase, the 2 suitcases, were actually human remains as well. And all 3 suitcases were deemed to be the same person.
Okay, so there we go. So even if she made a mistake, okay, let's just say it's because she didn't read, she didn't have her reading glasses on. At this point, she should take that video down because it stated misinformation. Because he just stated all 3 suitcases were deemed to be the same person. So she should retract that video or that TikTok because she was wrong.
The same victim as the original suitcase that was found. We contacted the medical examiner's office and they came out to assist with the investigation, and they're also doing the autopsy on this particular case. If you have any information that relates to this investigation, we would appreciate your assistance and feedback. No information is too small. We're requesting help from the community and anyone that may have information in this case. I'm now going to introduce Sergeant Casey Kelly, who is the investigator, the lead supervisor on this case, and he'll be providing the details and answering any questions that you all may have as it relates to this investigation.
Thank you, Chief. I'm just going to elaborate a little bit on the investigation. We're estimating our female victim is somewhere between 35 and 55 years of age. She is either Caucasian or Latin American. She's roughly 5'4" with brown hair and may have tattooed eyebrows. She was found wearing a floral tank top, pictured beside me, with a black camisole shirt underneath and black shorts. The brand of the floral top is Betsabi, which is unique, we believe, and from what we can tell is a Brazilian company. Based on the victim's condition, we believe the time frame in which she was put into the water to be between Monday, July 17th, and the early morning hours of Thursday, July 20th. We're asking for the public's help with reviewing video surveillance cameras during that time frame. We ask that you specifically look for unusual vehicles or people, and certainly anyone carrying or moving luggage. The area of interest is between the Linton Blowhard Bridge and the North End Delray Beach city limits along the Intercoastal Waterway. Detective Michael Roberta is the lead investigator for this case, and all tips and information should be directed to his phone line, which I'm going to provide. 561-243-7874. Again, 561-243-7874. I will open the floor up for any questions. Just understand that the case is very sensitive, so I will be limited in my responses.
Is there a missing person that would match that description?
We are certainly looking into that, but we have not discovered that.
What is your reaction to somebody finding suitcases with human remains?
It's certainly troubling, but we're looking into, the investigation is very early in its stages.
Is there a reward offered?
Not as of yet.
Are you considering offering a reward?
We're considering all things.
How was the woman killed?
That's a sensitive case information that I won't answer at this point.
Were all the parts of her body found in the 3 suitcases, or was anything missing?
We have determined that all the parts that we have are of one victim, but I won't answer specifics on which parts we have or which ones were found in which cases.
This is quite gruesome.
Certainly.
I mean,
would
for
agree with you.
pieces of a woman's body found in 3 separate suitcases, it's very gruesome.
I would agree with you.
And so, any thoughts on or any warnings out to the public as to maybe someone could be out there who did this?
So from what we can tell, we believe it to be an isolated incident. And that's the gist of what I can provide at this point.
Are you also asking for the public's help and maybe if their loved one hasn't answered the phone or there's got to be someone missing?
Certainly. So we've put out a press release with the additional information on social media, and we did provide a tip line, which again is Detective Roberta's number. So we have received information over the weekend, but we're looking into every single lead.
Is there a thought that this would involve human trafficking, drugs, or domestic violence?
We don't have anything that would indicate either of those just yet.
Color of her hair?
Sorry.
Any surveillance video cameras that you've been able to glean in terms of getting some information on what's going on through that?
So the stretch of waterway is very large, and that's part of why we're meeting today and asking for the public's help to review some of that. We have started that, but it's a very daunting task. So we're asking for the public to do some of that legwork for us and to please call in anything that they would find unusual on the video surveillance during the time frame that we gave.
And based on the current, could this person be from another county? Could it have floated there?
We wouldn't count that out, but we don't believe that she entered the waterway in another county necessarily, but I wouldn't discount that necessarily.
And do we have a color of her hair or any other distinguishing marks on her other than the tattooed eyebrows?
We think a light brown is our hair color.
How large is this?
Go ahead.
Can you tell us anything about who found the body? And one of those areas of heavily construction work is taking place there. Can you give us any information?
From the first call, I believe was a construction worker in the area that found the first suitcase. But outside of that, there were a few different locations, different people that found different cases.
You said a part of the human remains were sticking out of one of the suitcases. What part was sticking out?
I don't want to get into specifics about which part was found where or sticking out.
And you said there's a long stretch from the Blowhard Bridge to the north end of the city. How long
George
is that?
Bush Boulevard Bridge. So there's Linton, Atlantic, and George Bush. So that's the stretch of waterway that we're looking at.
Between the Linton Bridge and the
George Bush Boulevard Bridge.
And how far is that? Is that a couple miles or a half a mile? Or do you know?
I would say roughly a mile.
Why do you think that's the area where the suitcases were placed in the water?
I didn't say that. I don't know where the suitcases were necessarily placed into the water. That's what we're looking into, and that's what we're asking the public's help for. I'm just telling you that is the area that we'd like the public to focus on, because that is where we have recovered the remains.
Does the current in the waterway flow southward or northward?
Just based on some information that we got from the Coast Guard who assisted us, it could have gone in both directions at any point in our coastal.
Three more questions.
Could you explain the markings on the board here?
The markings are the first.
All right.
The suitcases that we found on Friday. So one is.
You can walk up to it. You
Certainly.
can walk up to it. if you
Okay,
want.
so just trying to orient myself here. This is going to be the Palm Trail, and this is the first suitcase. And then the second and third suitcases were found relatively close on Southeast 7th Avenue. I'm just giving you general areas. These are obviously in the water. And then the other one at Casarina Road.
Can you tell me this? The make and model, is that a possibility of knowing what the suitcase types were?
We're not prepared to release that sensitive information.
So you said she was put in the water sometime after Monday. Do you think she was killed then too, or was she dead for a while perhaps?
Okay, and the press conference for Carly has started. So I am going to move over to that. Give me just a moment. Stop sharing for a minute. And of course, my internet has to act up. Oops.
Kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. My client was not with anyone or any hotel with anyone during the time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies as well, as to her friends and family. We ask for your prayers for Carly as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter. Carly, again, ask for your forgiveness and prayers. We have a meeting scheduled with Mr. Anthony to further discuss this case. We're currently in discussions with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office in Bessemer about possible criminal charges related to this case, and we will announce those charges when and if they are filed.
All right, with that, we'll take a few questions. As Officer Hale said, on call on you, please state your name and your affiliation. Yes, sir.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610 100.1 FM Summit Media. Chief, do we at this time, or does the Hoover Police Department know the whereabouts of Carly Russell during that 49-hour period that she was supposedly missing?
Now, as I said the other day, was talking facts and everything. If I said anything today, it would just be speculation. Actual facts, we do not.
Aaron Llewellyn, WBTN 13. Can you tell us what her motivation was for doing this, if you can?
I wish I could tell you. I think only Carly knows, and maybe her attorney now. But again, the statement that we received from him does not indicate any.
For ETO WBRC, can you give us an idea of what charges you may be filing against her?
That would strictly be up to the district attorney's office.
David Lamb, CBS 42, can you update us so that there is a meeting scheduled for this afternoon with the family, or when is that meeting scheduled?
No, not a meeting with the attorney, not the family or Carly. We have a meeting scheduled with the attorney, and that will take place some point tomorrow.
And there is no meeting with Carly Russell or her family at this point?
Not scheduled, no, sir.
Bria Chapman with Fox 6, what's next to close this investigation?
Well, again, we want to talk to Mr. Anthony tomorrow and see if he has any more to discuss about the case. We'll certainly be asking if we'll get an opportunity to again interview Carly like we've wanted to since she returned.
Chief Stephen Quinn, ABC 3340.
Yes, sir.
Your reaction now, knowing that Carly has admitted that this was made up?
Well, I'm glad that we got this. You know, we certainly laid the facts out to you guys and to the national media that had a lot of interest in this particular case. The sad thing is that again, there were so many people that were involved, took this thing very, very seriously, and again, we wanted the focus to be bringing her home. She got home. We're very excited about that. It is what it is. The facts, I think, last Wednesday pretty much showed that we knew that it was a hoax. Please.
Lisa Crane with WBTN 13. Do you know the expense you went to during this search? And if you don't have a dollar figure for us, just how big it was for you guys?
Well, it was all hands on deck, and we don't have a dollar figure yet, but we're certainly working towards getting one, and not only ours, but there'll be other agencies that had a lot of support that they gave us and had monetary expenses themselves.
Jonathan, with Dale.
Sorry, y'all. We're just going to give it a moment to catch up.
Are the parents under investigation?
You know, as I said the other day, we were going to try to determine exactly those 49 hours. So right now, you know, anything's on the table. We still don't know what happened in those 49 hours, where she was, did she have any help? We have no idea. You know, I read the statement from Mr. Anthony. That's all we know.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610 Summit Media. Chief, let me ask you this. What do you think prompted or provoked Carly to do this kind of thing? And are there any kind of mental issues that the police department or the public should be concerned about, or just what?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, it's, this is a very elaborate deal. I mean, when you talk about calling a 911 and being up on the interstate, again, it would all be conjecture. So really, I don't know. I was hoping that we'd have an opportunity to interview and we'd be able to ask her those questions.
Were any others involved in putting this story together for her?
Mr. Anthony, in his statement, says there was not.
Liviana Kelmy, WBRC, Fox 6 News. You said that you had a meeting scheduled and it kind of switched into a statement. Did they give any type of reason that switched?
No, they did not.
Back here.
Aaron Llewellyn, WBTM 13. Just for clarification, Carly Russell is not in custody right now.
That is correct. That is correct.
Last question with David.
David Lamb, once again. So first of all, when did you actually see this letter? And second of all, do these admissions and the content of the letter alter the investigation at all?
No, not at all. We'll continue to investigate. We're still trying to determine where she was during those 49 hours. But I am glad that we received this. It at least puts some of the social media super sleuths hopefully at rest for a little bit as far as the conjecture of what everybody thinks took place. We know that by her own admission, it didn't happen. And, we're thankful for that.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
All right. So that was it. So I'm just going to look at chat a little bit because I was looking. I agree. Embarrassing. And the letter or the statement that the chief read initially was from her lawyer. It was a lawyer prepared statement. Yeah. We all make bad decisions. And I think the clapback that she's getting right now from a lot of these internet bullies is, I think, definitely getting to her and her family. I know it would me, but then again, I'm not her. Should she face consequences? Absolutely. Should they be criminal? That's not for me to say. She says minimal charges, no jail. I feel the same way. I feel like community service, something that can give back to the community, to society as a whole. I agree. She has issues to work through. JLR got his question. Did JLR ask a question? I might have that. I agree. 25-year-old woman acting like a 14-year-old child. And Nurse Bev, I agree. Her Google searches indicate pre-planning. Absolutely. And whether it was she knew she was going to follow through at that time or not, again, not for us to, only she knows the answer to that. I mean, I do Google searches on stuff all the time. Doesn't mean that I'm, going to do it. But yes, I agree. I'm glad that she apologized and admitted that she made the entire thing up. And I feel like at this point, those internet bullies and trolls, so to speak, that have been completely annihilating her need to just stop. She apologized. She admitted it was a hoax. She admitted she lied. She made it up. Move on. Oh, he did ask a question? How did I not know it was his voice? I might have to rewatch that and listen. Because I know in previous press conferences, they said that they would be checking media passes and credentials at the door before people were allowed in. So that's interesting. Yes, exactly, Bash. That means for Betty to shut the F up. And I think, because we're still gonna go for a little bit with this. I do want to show some of her other TikToks. But before we do that, Carly has been fabricating things in her life for years, even her education. Rabbit did a lot just a bit ago. So what do you mean? Because again, I'm only going by what law enforcement states. I'm not going by what people are digging up. Because Betty's fabricated her education as well. I'm sure others have. So unless I see it from law enforcement or it's definitely confirmed, I don't believe anything I see. I agree, Turtleloo. What she did was wrong, but it doesn't give people the right to stalk her like JLR is. Absolutely. Yeah, he needs to go home. Maybe he needs to go investigate in Florida where he lives, where all of these other cases are going on, and they need just as much help than these other states. Oh, we're going to go check her live out in a minute because she's probably still live right now, and we're going to see what she has to say about it. I agree, Micah. I feel like embarrassment is going to reach her more than any monetary punishment. Absolutely. Because money, her parents have money. It's clear they have money. And, you know, I think the best consequence would be giving back to society through community service, something like that. I agree. Anyone who comes up with this type of scheme or ploy definitely needs some mental therapy. I agree, Mama Shmita. Exactly. I don't know how he got in there. I mean, clearly, I don't know. Yeah, I agree. It's not cute how some of the same people that were so concerned for her as a missing young lady now are trying to destroy her completely. I'm not with that noise. Exactly. That's what I call hypocrite. And you're two-faced. That's a two-faced person. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, he's the one who asked if the parents were involved. Okay, so then maybe he got the answer to his question. He needs to stop the bullshit. You got your answer, JLR. Move along. Oh, Betty is saying, oh, we're going to get there, no wire hangers. We're going to get there. And I'm really far behind in chat, so I'm going to just, I will read comments after, but let's go over to, we'll go to TikTok. Oh, wait, I don't want to go there. I want to go to YouTube. I was typing Betty's name into Google. Oh, she's still alive too. All right, so we're going to, we'll start at the beginning of her life. Oh, man, Betty, put some freaking clothes on. She still has her whatever that is on. Oh, no, I don't think that was geared towards you, Kathy. Not at all. I feel like it's directed towards people like Betty in JLR and, you know, like, oh, no, about her education. But I'm just saying I need proof. Yeah, because I know there's a lot of creators who are saying things that they see on Twitter or Reddit or TikTok. And for example, there was that case that a lot of creators talked about in regards to the Camp Pendleton and how this this guy on Camp Pendleton had a 14-year-old, and the auntie was on TikTok saying that she had been sold. And turns out they met on Tinder. So it's like, that's where I'm like, I only trust certain things because you can't trust anything on TikTok. Just saying, as we have seen with Betty. So this is her live that's going on right now. So I actually moved to the beginning because I want to see what she has to say first. And then, yeah, I agree, Sinner. Like, so what? She lied about her education. People lie about it all the time. I mean, oh, her own post. So what? So that's what I'm confused, because someone earlier, I don't remember who it was, but it had mentioned that Carly wrote something on her TikTok, but we had heard from this article that all of the social media was shut down. So it's either shut down or it's not. That's why I'm confused. And I mean, just like with Betty's her TikTok yesterday about the Cash Apps, there's no proof that that was Carly's Cash App. I actually showed that wasn't even her Cash App name. So, I mean, I'm not attacking anyone. I need to see proof. I need to see the actual proof that this is true, because it has been proven that Carly is a liar. Yes, we can all agree that she's a liar. She could be lying about what she's posting on the internet. So now we know she's a liar, but we're still taking what she wrote on the internet as truth. Seems a little bass-ackwards to me, but that's just my opinion. Oh, look at this. Look at this sweet lady. Oh, Betty with the good hair. Did I ever? And if you watch my live from earlier towards the end, that's where it kind of like took a hard left. I didn't realize I wasn't sharing my screen. So you hear my reaction to seeing that post in real time. And then Bash is like, share it. And I was like, oh no, I wasn't even sharing the screen. And then I was like, oh good. So now you know what my reaction was. Be prepared. Yes. Why is she wearing a bathing suit? I don't really know. I thought it was a halter top, but maybe it is a bikini. I'm not sure. Yeah, and I know they were using a lot of things on Twitter and TikTok as well, Kathy. And I don't believe anything I see on TikTok. Yeah. The same outfit as 2 days ago? That I don't know. I don't know. All right, let's get started on this. So, I'm glad that the police did that press conference. I hope that people can move on, because as we know, and as I know from my live earlier, there's a lot of cases that need attention that aren't getting it because everyone's hung up on Carly.
No bullhorn. Not even, I might brandish it as like a prop, but I the collar as I was on this one. In this one, for work.
I just heard the word bullhorn and I was like, okay, I need to rewind because we want to see what she says about the bullhorn.
Well, hello, guys.
Oh my gosh. What is wrong with you already, Betty?
Today, right? I was just kind of doing other research, other paperwork, all this other stuff, and I get a call
And
that there's a press conference on Carly Russell.
And we all know what research she was doing. She was messing up a case in Florida. That's what she was doing.
And I am dying, as you can possibly imagine, dying, trying to figure out what is going on. Usually when they have a press conference, it's usually after they make an arrest. This might bode well with the possibility of why they had a party at the house on Sunday. Maybe it's a going away party. I don't know. I wish.
Oh, so Betty's also reporting the fact that there was a going away party that they had, or a party that they were having, yet she also reported that they were on vacation. So what is it, Betty?
Was there with her horn. Yeah, I don't think Alabama is quite ready for Bullhorn Betty, especially as hot under the collar as I was on this one. And this one was just so petty that it wouldn't have been.
And my thing is, if something is so petty, why would you spend time talking about it? Right? I mean, granted, Betty is petty, but I talk about her because she doesn't get things right. She says things that aren't true. And so, in trying to think of where I wanted my channel to go, I knew I wanted to go into talking about cases or stories about people that may not be getting the acknowledgement or exposure. And then I was also critiquing Betty. And then I realized I can put the two together. I can critique Betty while also talking about true crime in the cases that mean a lot to me. And I can talk about cases by giving the facts and then pointing out what she's saying that's not fact, which is 99.9% of what she says.
We have to have purpose, right? It's not for everyone in every case, even.
I did, Crime Traveler. I did see your email, and I actually just cut and paste your text to Bash because Bash followed that case much closer than me. So I did send it to Bash so that she could see it because she would know more about that case than me. I didn't follow that, but I did get it. Thank you.
Even as frustrated as we are, I would have been, if I was out there, it would have been just investigating and reporting. There would be no Bullhorn, not even, I might brandish it as like a prop, but I would never use it. This didn't require that by any stretch of the imagination. That is for
Denise. She didn't think it was petty until Carly came home and she started saying that it was a hoax. But I agree. She didn't think it was petty initially. None of us did. We thought that this girl was missing and she needed help. And just because she made it up, I get it. I get it being upset and angry, but we weren't there. I can see people in the community or those people who donated or gave their time being upset. But those of us on the outside, we have no right to be mad or upset.
When we've got to get, when there's an injustice, a major injustice, and that is the only time. It is a weapon, right? It is a lethal weapon, all right? This has to be used with responsibility. It's not for every case. It's not for every time. This is at, worst case scenario. This is like DEFCON 5 or 1 or 0. I don't know which way.
Do you even know what DEFCON is, Betty?
Goes, but you know what I mean. It's like the worst case scenario. When this comes out, that means all other options have failed. It's not that this is the first thing we go to. This is when everything else fails, this is the last resort to get the attention necessary for whatever the cause may be, political.
Kathy, my opinion is that she can act like a total asshole on TikTok. She feels like she can get away with more on TikTok than she can on YouTube. And one thing I also found interesting is that one of her videos on TikTok was deemed sensitive content. So you have to actually click a button in order to watch it. She posted it on Facebook, on YouTube. I think today I saw it. I got a notification that she had posted it. So she's now posting it on YouTube because on TikTok, it has a sensitive content disclaimer on it now.
Victims, doesn't matter. Like I say, I think protesting is absolutely the most American thing anybody can do. We see it all the time on whatever it is. Oh, Betty used it. It is a pretty bullhorn, though. I gotta tell you, it is a pretty bullhorn. When the horn comes out, it's very serious. You darn right. You know, I do, and I try to say, you know, I only use it in worst case scenario. Everybody's like, this bullhorn, Betty, oh my God, she's going there. She's gonna use the bullhorn. She's gonna protest. No, like, don't do that. Like, I think I pulled the bullhorn out, like maybe, I think it was.
All right, come on, computer, catch up with Betty.
3 cases out of all the cases we've covered a lot of cases at this point, right? 3 times. Yeah, I think we don't overuse it. We use it as needed, and that's where we're gonna leave it. We use it as needed. If you got a bullhorn, use it, baby. I need to start taking some of these things and making shirts with them. Now that is a funny shirt.
Oh my God, Betty. No. Well, here's the thing. You're saying you're going to make a shirt. Why don't you put a shirt on? Like, that is so unprofessional.
Oh, Lord, that is a funny shirt. So we're just going to be sitting here waiting. I'm still looking up all the people we kind of need to make sure that we have the right press conference. Sorry, let me turn this off. This is the old one. This is not this one right here, but it at least gets me to the right page because people that were there are most likely going to be. This is interesting. I wasn't expecting to find this whenever I was looking at, but it's pretty interesting. Might as well talk about it, right?
Oop. Sorry, I just clicked a button. It messed it up. Oh, play.
Well, I'm still looking for the live broadcast, which I think it'll be on this one. Here it is. It says UAB. Now, remember, UAB is the hospital that Carly went to, but they apparently have a program. So this is pretty interesting. They celebrate their first live birth from a uterus transplant program. Now, I'm sorry, I don't know what that means, but I hope it's not like you.
You don't know what a uterus transplant program is, Betty? It's exactly what it says. They transplant uteruses into those women who need them. And it's not funny, first of all. So I don't know why you think it's hilarious. It's not.
You know, Frankenstein stuff, but it might be. I don't know. I can't with all that
Wow.
medical stuff. I just can't. I can't. So we're just going to sit here and wait until it comes on. It's supposed to come on at 4 o'clock, but they're in a time zone just slightly ahead of us. So they're 1 hour ahead of us, and we'll be, hey, John Davis, how you doing? Did they?
Nobody. They're an hour behind us. Like, seriously, what? You need to get off the internet today, Betty. Like, you totally screwed up the Florida suitcase case. You now believe that Alabama is an hour ahead of us. No, they're not. They're to the west of the East Coast. So they're an hour behind.
They have another press conference. They're having one today at 5, from my understanding. So we're just going to be on the lookout for it. It was very quick. All of a sudden, boom. We have a press conference. It was literally that quick. I'm sure it's spreading like wildfire. I wasn't honestly going to even go live. I was going to wait until after the press conference, and then I was going to go live.
Oh, Hippoporium, she did? I don't remember her saying that wait a minute, was her kidney? I feel like now that you say that, I remember vaguely that she was an organ donor, that she donated something. Nurse Bev, you have a point. Yes. If she tightened the bikini strap, then yeah.
And then I'm like, you know, since I already had several people already reaching out to me to see if I was going to go live on this channel, I just decided to go live. I was going to actually wait because I know everybody's going to be, you know, on the larger channels, which is fine. But we'll be breaking that down after it's over with anyways. So I'm interested in that. And I'm interested in what's going on. I think she's arrested. I honestly believe that she either had to turn herself in. I don't know why I believe this.
And you were wrong. She wasn't arrested yet. And she didn't turn herself in yet. She admitted she lied and made the whole thing up. But let's see what else Betty believes is going to happen.
I just do. It's either that or they're going to tell us they're not going to file charges against her. And honestly, with the money, I really don't know. But it could be because there's a lot of outreach right now because we're hearing that fund that was created from Crime Stoppers for her, we're hearing that they're not returning any of that money. And I think, and there's an outcry about that wanting to.
And thank you, Betty, for saying that, because I actually did read an article about that in my earlier live. Crime Stoppers has said they are not returning any of the donations pending the resulting investigation. So they didn't say they're not going to give the donations back. They said they're not giving them back yet, pending the finality of the investigation.
To know, what do you plan on doing with all this money? Like, it was earmarked for a specific purpose. And if we remember what they did to Summer Wells, they ended up donating that money to like a nonprofit that dealt with kids. I can't remember exactly where it went to. So it might just be, has nothing to do with Carly yet. Maybe just letting us know that the investigation is still ongoing. You know, they don't know anything about it at this time, but, you know, and explain what's going on with the money. They may be doing this because there's been an overwhelming amount of calls because, like I said, there's a lot of people upset wanting to know where this money's going. And our government bodies have to be transparent to the people, especially people that donated. I mean, it was over $63,000. And granted, it's probably a lot of small, but there's some people that probably put up some significant amounts of money that they were not expecting to lose. You know, they were expecting to go to a specific cause. So it could be over that, but I really kind of have it in my gut feeling like their investigation is over. They probably have already talked to people. They probably already know where she has been, and they're going to be advising us potentially that she's either been arrested or they're not planning on arresting her at this time. Or they built the case and they're handing it over to the state attorney. Like, that's kind of where I expect it to go. I know it's like there's no concrete clue, but we don't know what this is about. All we know is that they said they're having a press conference and it's related to Carly Russell. And I think it might be one of these things where the story has really gotten big, and it hasn't. I believe they will give her a pass, but she should be arrested. So I agree that is possible. I agree that is possible. But I think this is where I have a problem, is because she did make a statement. And I'm wondering if there was a federal agent there that she made a statement to when she went and said that she was abducted by the orange hair. At the end of the day, it's kind of, in my opinion, somewhat I have to think that they would be getting some pressure from the federal government because they had to utilize resources that could have been used somewhere else. I mean, if the federal government really wasn't involved, I would probably say that it would be up to the discretion of the court. But
it doesn't have anything to do with the court, Betty. It has to do with the district attorney's office. The district attorney is the one who makes the decision whether or not to press charges against a person, not the court.
Give me just a second, guys.
Oh, she's getting a phone call? Who's calling you, Betty? Oh, dang it, she went off camera. Dang it! The CIA consulted at one point. That I believe it was I believe so in regards to the Google searches. Secret Service. That's right. Okay, so it wasn't. Yeah, Secret Service. All right. Well, her phone. Oh, she's back. Let me just forward.
Why it's doing this. Okay. I'm having some technical issues as well, so it kind of sucks. but I'm pretty sure because
Davis Fam says maybe the FBI was calling her to tell her they found blank screen. Hey, Wise Angel, just came over from Icked Mal's chat. Her buddy JLR is chasing down members of the Hoover community and shoving his camera in their faces. I did see that. He was it yesterday? He was talking to neighbors and they took a trip through her alleged escape route. Yeah, it's just shady behavior. Oh, she turns off her camera when she gets a call because people read her lips. Yeah, well, apparently someone read her lips when she was on the phone with the FBI when she called them on blank screen. So, actually, Betty with the good hair, someone actually did make that comment on her post with the meat, which we'll take a, actually, no, let's take a look at that now while we're waiting. I just want to make sure my computer. So Blank Screen actually just sent me a picture of his post in regards to her yucky meat. All right. And just know, guys, if you have not seen this picture, I'm giving you fair warning. Okay. Fair warning. It's not fun to look at. All right, so this was her community post from 3 hours ago. All right, so here's the first picture. Let me see. I'll zoom out a little bit. There we go. So there is her community post. I said it looked like it was a log with barbecue sauce on it. Like firewood. That's what I was thinking of. Like the firewood, you get a fire log, and then she put barbecue sauce on it. But then again, I thought her sweet potatoes was Kraft mac and cheese. So I am not a very good judge of food items, but I do know that this looks highly disgusting. Yes. But that's not the only picture. Shall we look at the next one? Ooh, sexy. So, and we'll read the comments because some of the comments are really funny as well. It does. It looks like a log with barbecue sauce, like the fire logs. I guess that's what they're called, fire logs, firewood. She's got a stand mixer. That's a good sign. And I actually also saw, like, on her wall, like, look at all of her cutlery just hanging out. All the cutlery just hanging out. All right, so let's look at the comments. Melissa says, are you going to Alabama to use your blowhorn? Blowhorn. Your blowhorn in front of Carly Russell's house asking for a friend. I'm going to like it even though it doesn't count. Set dinner for 18. Laugh out loud. I don't know what that means. Did you smoke them? Ribs in a smoker? The bomb. Put that on in the morning and go to town in evening. Oh boy, I'm heading straight over after work. Ew, that looks disgusting, Grandma. Barbie commented. Yeah, what time is dinner? LOL. Just kidding. Looks good, girl. Enjoy. Looks like some Alabama food to me. Remnants of your last date. These are all, and then everyone's saying yummy. Oh my gosh, that looks delicious. Yummy. Oh, here someone says looks like someone cooked a leg. I can't with these comments. Yeah, so that was, and I don't eat a lot of meat anyways. Like I'll have a burger if I go out to dinner, but I don't like steak. I don't do a lot of red meat at all. Really, it's just a burger. Or I'll make tacos once in a while. Tacos, I can't say no to a taco. But that just looks, no. And no, thank you. Something to talk through up. Inspired by Mr. Dahmer. Oh, she deleted comments. She probably did. And I haven't really looked looked at them, but some of them were still there that I saw earlier. Oh, look at that. Look at how mad she is. Betty, don't be mad. We love you.
Because this was so brand new, like nobody knew about it. It was like, boom, they're having a press conference. And it's like, they gave everybody like an hour to be prepared for the press conference. Like a little over an hour, but not much time. Usually we, press conferences,
For someone who sits home all day, that's a lot of time, Betty.
We have several hours to prepare for it. It wasn't like that with this one. That's
why do you need several hours to prepare for a press conference that you're not putting on? All you're doing is listening to someone talk and then discussing what's said afterwards.
I kind of think something happened. So they must have just made an arrest within the last little bit, or had her come in and did the interrogation and then arrested her there. I don't know. I just, whenever I start hearing about these press conferences just coming like that, I feel it to me feels like it's an arrest, because if they weren't going to arrest her and just going to give her a free pass.
Wrong again.
They could have just said, hey, we're going to have a press conference at 9 a.m. tomorrow. That would have given everybody an opportunity to get there. Like, this is, quick and done. I think because this is blown up so big, like this case is kind of taken on a life of its own, even after she was found, because everybody's really upset about what she did. And, we're all feeling like she's, starting to try to capitalize off this horrible event. And it cost people thousands upon thousands of dollars. It cost the county, tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars, along with the state and the federal government, all over this one. I don't know. I really just don't think they're giving her a pass on this. I keep looking at this, and everybody thinks that law enforcement is they're at some point, especially if she's got no bargaining chip. It's not like she's got this, this information on some guy, she's not going to be.
But Betty, she's rich. She has money. She can buy her way out of this, right? Look how mad she is. Like, do you ever smile, like a genuine smile, genuine laugh? Do you know it takes a lot more energy to be angry than it does to be happy or just normal?
Swapping. I don't see them giving her a pass. She has nothing to trade in reality, but this just really I don't know, because if they don't do something with this high profile case, guys, there's no way they can't arrest her. That even if it's a misdemeanor, they have to arrest her on something. I don't see any way around it. And listen to this, like Trenton Laircamp. Remember that, the South Carolina?
Oh, she better tread lightly, because I followed this case very closely as well until she jumped on the bandwagon and skulked around Glenn County.
Wayne County, South Carolina, another crazy crackpot town, much like Chatham County.
Wait, did she just say South Carolina? Hold on. Hold the phone, y'all. And I don't know, this is what stinks about watching her live. Well, she's still live, is I don't know the timestamp.
Much like Chatham County, just the people are great, but the government sucks on this. I keep looking at this, and everybody thinks that law enforcement is they're at some point, especially if she's got no bargaining chip. It's not like she's got this, this information on some guy, she's not going to be swapping. I don't see them giving her a pass. She has nothing to trade in reality, but this just really I don't know, because if they don't do something with this high profile case, guys, there's no way they can't arrest her. That even if it's a misdemeanor, they have to arrest her on something. I don't see any way around it. And listen to this, like Trenton Laircamp. Remember that, the South Carolina?
Oh my God, she did fucking say. I didn't mean to say the F word again. Oh my God, Betty, what is wrong with you? It was Glenn County, Georgia, you moron. And she went there. She drove to Georgia to cover this case. Oh my God. What is wrong with you? Like, seriously, there is something wrong with this heifer. How do you travel to Georgia to cover a case about why there aren't charges in the Trent Laircamp case, and you can't remember that you drove to Georgia? Yeah, Bash. I know. Like, what is... She's a freaking... And people tell me that she's not an idiot. She's an idiot.
Wayne County, South Carolina, another crazy crackpot town.
Wow. And she's calling... Wow. Wow, Betty. I'm definitely clipping this, Betty, because I followed this case. And I knew you were saying, actually, I have a video about the misinformation that she spewed in this case. Because it was a lot. And she said she stated that she didn't spread any misinformation in Trent's case. And all she did was spew misinformation.
Like Chatham County, just the people, I mean, the people are great, but the government sucks, the corrupt, everybody, as long as you got the money, you can do whatever you want type of town. And the people that injured this Trenton Learcamp almost killed him. Like when we went down there and basically, pressured law enforcement to do their job, like they had been at this house, like, I don't know, double digit times, like 8 to 11 times just in the last few months. And it's like, and the parents did nothing about it. So it's like, we were demanding answers, and they finally ended up going and arresting.
Now who's calling you?
I'm live. I'm not muted. Hold on. Let me mute. All right. Olivia's late to the game. She's like, there's a conference. I'm like, Olivia, I'm live. So there is definitely a conference. So we're just waiting for everybody to kind of tell us where to go, I guess, is the best.
Oh, is she still live? I didn't get a notification that she was live on TikTok. Or did she just go live? Oh, good, Bash. Thank you. Give me a second, y'all. Ugh. This is rich. Oh, sorry, I got the volume down. All right, let me refresh. TikTok has been weird for me on my computer. How many people are watching her? 400 people. All right, maybe I won't be able to show us this. TikTok is not being cooperative. Let me try stop sharing and sharing again. I mean, at least she put that gray sweater on, but still. Oh, good, Beth.
Situation, how this government and the county are going to be able to reap this cost and
All right, yeah, we'll just go back to her. Because TikTok is not... But thank you, Bash, for doing that, because I didn't even get a notification that she was live.
Let me see if I can get one more feed coming in here to see if I can get it to work. I don't know what's going on or who. I'm pretty sure all the local news will be there. So I'm kind of just looking.
Oh, you didn't know your buddy JLR was going to be there?
Looking into the local news right now. There we go. Okay, I got at least four local sources right now that I'm monitoring.
4 local sources that you're monitoring, Betty, all I did was get a notification from JB from WFLA on Twitter and knew that he was covering it. Like, it's not that hard to do.
Sure. No, 1, 2. I have 4 or 3. I have either 3 or 4 local sources I'm kind of monitoring right now. As we go in here, if you guys hear it that it starts, please let me know. Mods, I know you guys monitor everything behind the scenes for me. So if you guys see it,
wow, you couldn't do it yourself with your 4 monitors, Betty?
This should be going on. It should be starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard.
All right, come on, Betty. Come on, you can do it.
Standard Time. So we're about 29 minutes away from the press conference. Let's read some of the comments that we have in here. I know sometimes I don't get an opportunity to read them. Heretic, heretic. I told you that. Heretic, is that right? Heretic, did I have it right or did I? Heretic in the Hill. he mom is loaded. She's the one of the leading real estate agent. Oh yeah. No, I know that the mom.
Oops, what the heck just happened?
It's like the breadwinner, you know, but she's also the kind of a coddler. Like, you know, I understand that parents want to.
My internet is stable, so I don't know what is going on. I just checked my
do
internet.
the best for their children, but you need to make them earn it. If you keep giving them everything, they don't have the sense of money. They don't have the sense of responsibility or the respect for the item that you're giving them. If they have to earn it, they'll take care of it. How many times as parents went over backwards to go buy them that couple $100 gift that they just had to have for Christmas, and they play with it for 30 days, maybe 45 days, and you never see the toy again. It gets shoved under.
All right, so somebody just made a comment about, where is it? Where the heck? I just saw it. I wish one of her comments were asking her how low her breasts sit on her belly. Oh, the screen record just comes out as a blank screen. Interesting. So she's going live on there because so you know what? So that's good to know, Bash, because we're going to just have TikTok playing on one device and record it with another device. Oh, the audio is good, though. Oh, so the audio is all you need because that's what you want to hear. Yeah, blank screen. Yeah, that's... Oh, it's okay, Patricia. Thanks for joining. But anyway, so someone had made that comment about, you know, her not having enough support. So many of you have probably heard of the song Chain Hang Low. So I was just singing in my head, like someone could come up with a song that says, you know, instead of does your chain hang low, you could just use, you know, does your, you know, I'm not going to say, I just feel awkward saying that, but, you know, does your chain hang low? Does it wobble to the flow? Does it shine in the light? Is it platinum? Is it gold? Could you throw it over your shoulder? If you're hot, it make you cold. Does your chain hang low? So anyways, there's a good song that we could sing about Betty. So if anybody wants to come up with new lyrics to Chain Hang Low, feel free. Hey B Tim, welcome. Yeah, blank screen. Oh, you screen recorded her the other day? No, yeah, I did too when she was live and it came out, but she also has done a lot of funny stuff over there. She locked down her likes because I had shown the TikToks that she likes. She locked that down. And then she's been doing shady stuff over there. So I don't know. I don't think she's going to last over there very long.
The bed, it gets shoved in the closet. Now that same person wants that item and has to go work a whole month or 2 months to save the money to get that item. How long do you think that they'll use it? They'll use it a heck of a lot longer than just 30 or 45 days. Just my opinion. And that's the difference. But let me not start preaching over here. I'm turning into Mama Bullhorn. No, Mama Bullhorn talks about history, right? Mama Bullhorn talks about history. Annette the Crow, I honestly think she didn't think it would get as far as it did. I do agree with that. I do believe that she did not anticipate. Where am I tissue? That she did not anticipate.
Wow, she was rambling for a long time.
Did I not bring tissue in here? Give me a sec.
Oh, she has pants on, y'all. She has pants on. Woo woo. And it's a tank top. It's not a bathing suit. But yeah, you still need to put a shirt on, Betty.
The bad thing is with these rushed lives, I forget everything. Like I didn't have a cup. I do have coffee at least, but I think I don't even know.
Where's
like
your
I might have one cup of coffee in the coffee pot. I'm just not prepared. Oh Lord. Are they having a press conference today, Jamie Owenby? Yes, that is correct. We just got a notification just about an hour ago.
I mean, maybe the original was that, but the one from, let me look up the artist. I only knew the lyrics. Chain Hang Low is by Jibbs. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. In that, the lyrics are, does your chain hang low? Does it wobble to the floor? Does it shine in the light? Is it platinum? Is it gold? Could you throw it over your shoulder? If you're hot, if you make it cold, do your chain hang low? Yeah. But if there's, okay, so it's a remake. Okay. That's good to know. So I guess there's already a song. We don't have to remake it. I guess Jibbs remade it. All right. There you go.
That there's going to be a press conference at 5 p.m. So I'm monitoring all the local news stations, and I also have my mods monitoring their feeds as well to find out where this press conference will be streamed from. And I think I've got at least 3 of the local. How does it do that with this? With the local news? I'm not sure why.
Betty, it's not rocket science.
One of them just, it's got a broken connection. Every time I refresh it, it breaks the.
Listen, I don't want to hear about your broken connection and internet, because if you want to see bad internet, come over here. My internet is trash and everyone knows it. But you don't see me over here asking for a new computer like you. I deal with my problems.
The connection, I'm not quite sure why, but it does. So I'll just go back here and refresh at their main page. Still nothing yet. And we still have about 25 minutes before it starts. If Betty ever answers her phone, hello, I would die. What? Did you call? Well, it is on silent. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Wait, how is her phone on silent when she just got 2 phone calls and it rang? Why did she put it on silent?
Hold on.
No, I don't have a singing voice, no. But I do sing a lot. When I think of songs, like if something reminds me of a song, I do start singing it.
I don't see any missed calls. Robin. Oh, I would, if Betty answered her phone, hello, I would die. Oh, I got it now. I thought you were saying I was ignoring you. Oh my gosh. Yes, at 5 p.m. today. Let's see what else we have here. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming in. The press conference should be starting at 5 p.m. I've got 3 local news stations that I'm currently monitoring at the moment. So just as soon as they start setting up and I see one of them go live, I will let you know. Oh, I might as well go to, because I know JLR's out there as well. So we can just monitor his page as well, to be honest.
Well, I said that 10 minutes ago, Betty.
YouTube. So at least. Okay, and we got WFLA. I'm going to monitor WFLA. I'm going to mute them. Oh, they're already muted. So at least that triggers me to locate one of the local. I won't run WFLA on my channel if I can help it. And I'll run a little segment. They don't hit me or anything like that. They've been cool. But I also.
That's interesting. Well, and actually, since she talked about that, so I did a live about the young girl that was kidnapped from Texas and brought to California. And I just got an email saying that one of the news stations copyright claimed some of my content. Are you kidding me? Like, not that it matters because I don't monetize any of the lives that I do about cases or stories I talk about. I don't monetize them, so it's not a big deal. But isn't the important thing that you get the information out? Why are you copyright claiming people? It's so stupid, but whatever.
Also know what they, what they will do, but this stuff is typically, they don't really, for press conferences and stuff, they don't really bother you, but other stuff they do. So we'll just monitor his page until we find it, but we do have 1, 2, 3 different sources for this, and we'll just keep monitoring all of them until we get a live feed. Let's see if there's any questions. There are 205 here. Yes, guys, don't forget to go out and give a thumbs up for that. That's a lot of money that came in within 49. And it wasn't just that. Like the other associations, the other nonprofits and stuff, actually, were running their own campaigns through Cash App, PayPal, and handed that money over to the family. And
how does she know that? Now she's making more shit up. How does she know there were other nonprofits that were collecting donations that gave money to the family? Where did you see that, Betty?
And it's very upsetting that all these people came together with financial resources, and, Crime Stoppers is not planning on refunding that money, and neither is Carly's parents. And this is what really upsets me, because when you do this to people, the next time we need to pool resources and money together, you're not going to have people coming together like this and putting this money out because...
Wrong, Betty. Most people in this country are good people. They're kind people. They have empathy. They're not sadistic narcissists like you are, in my opinion. So, yeah, people see the good in people. They're not going to stop donating to try to bring home missing children or parents or whatever. Like, yeah, are they going to be a little cautious? Maybe. It's not going to stop from doing the right thing.
What people expect is, if it is a hoax, that people do the right thing and realize that that money does not belong to them and return it. I'm just saying, it's the right thing to do, And for the ones that are anonymous, like with the Crime Stoppers, they said they had a lot of anonymous.
Oh, she released partial video of her live on TikTok? Good, because that's where we're going to go.
Payments. Well, those had to be paid somehow, and if they were paid by check, don't process the check, or if you can't return that to like a nonprofit. But most people put these things on credit cards. Certainly, you can just refund all the credit cards with a push of a button. You don't even need to do anything. You just refund the money.
Sinner, are you still here? Credit card expert? Add that to her curriculum vitae, please.
You just decline all of it. And you can usually, even if you accept it, you can usually decline it later, as long as you're not removing it from a specific account. So I don't know how they're going to do it, but we'll see how they do it. I don't know.
I still write checks because I have to, not because I want to, because my podunk town, when I have to pay my water and sewer bill and other tax bills, you have to use a check.
BHB. Yeah, I got, there's been things going on, but, for the most part, and I've been sitting home and, I don't usually do the home stuff. I'm usually out in the field, and for the better part of this year, I've been home. So it's kind of sucked. But I think that that's going to be change after this next half of the year. And not only that, but I'm planning on going back to Idaho within the next 30 or so days. I'll be in Idaho, just up there checking around, poking my nose where it doesn't belong, because I can, because it's America and I'm allowed to travel this country freely. So I'll be back there. Well, this is going to be interesting. I can't wait. Me either, because I'm kind of waiting with bated breath, because again, there's a lot of scenarios that could be going on. It might be, but I keep thinking it has to be pertinent to Carly Russell. And if they weren't going to press charges.
Here's the thing, Betty. When they call a press conference in regards to Carly Russell, it means it's pertinent to Carly Russell.
Then they didn't need to immediately do this press conference. They needed to immediately do this press conference because there's about to be a media frenzy, in my opinion, that they're trying to buffer, i.e. that means that she's most likely arrested. We're going to be expecting a mugshot, blah, 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 blah. Because I keep thinking about it. If they weren't going to arrest her, and things like even with the cash thing, that's the only other thing I can think of is that reward money that they were getting blown up by everybody on the phones and emails wanting to know what's going on with that Crime Stoppers money. If they're not going to use it, where is it going? And are they going to be refunding the people back their money? So it could be that. That would be an urgency that maybe they don't want to go overnight or whatever. They need to address it. But still, I still think that would be addressable at like a 9 a.m. press conference. I don't understand the urgency of this press conference. It's the fact that this press conference is a last minute press conference.
It doesn't, just because they gave you an hour heads up doesn't mean it was last minute. They could have had other things going on. They are law enforcement, Betty. And it's the end of the day. They probably knew they were going to do it at the end of the day. Just because they didn't tell you doesn't mean it was last minute.
It almost implies that the idea of keeping Carly's arrest a secret is an urgency that would make them have to do a press conference last minute. Because again, we've only heard about this press conference in the last hour, and that's probably why there's not more live streams set up about this, is everybody, especially in their community, is trying to get their equipment together. They're trying to get all this stuff. They're trying to get it loaded, and they're trying to get a crew out to wherever they're having the press.
Like, what is the point of her making up like all this speculation? I'm sorry, Betty, but when I saw your notification that you were going live, I saw Ickadmel was going live, Burden of Proof was going live, Pascal was going live. There was somebody else that was going live, and was it Rabbit? Maybe, I can't remember, but there were other people going live. So she's acting like no one was prepared. No one was able to be prepared. Ickadmel was actually doing a diff live when he scheduled the Carly Russell press conference live. So I don't know where she gets this from. She has no idea what she's talking about.
Press conference. And I think that is truly what is going on and why this has not been set up yet by many of them. Because if I just got the information and Olivia's calling me, telling me the same information, I have to think that this was all set up last minute. Sorry, I need some candy. I'm dying.
Candy.
I need some sweets. This is sugar free. I don't really eat a whole lot of stuff with sugar in it. I do. Like my ice cream it can't be sugar free. And my chocolate can't be sugar free. But my hard candy can be sugar free. So we'll see.
Betty, you do know that sugar-free candy still has sugar in it. It's just like aspartame, or what's the other stuff they put in there? Like it still has a fake type of sugar in it. It's just not sugar.
Let me see what else we have. Oh, we can do this while we wait. So if you guys don't know, Rex Heuermann.
Yeah, I don't care about Rex Heuermann. So we're going to fast forward. But I did see someone, I think, had in my chat earlier that they had found a vault on his property, which is kind of interesting. She's like watching a circus clown.
All cooks off. It is just for flavoring, and it's the why can't I think? I think it's because it's late at night. It's the vinegar in the mustard that really breaks down the meat and the tissue and stuff like that. It makes it fall off the bone. It is really good. And yes, you got it, Sweet Baby Ray's. Actually, I start off with a little bit of a tartar barbecue sauce for the first coat. And it really wasn't a tart barbecue sauce. It was still a sweet barbecue sauce, but it was sticky fingers. It's a little more runny, so it's a thinner layer. But I like doing it with a thinner barbecue sauce because once it just...
Oh, she's talking about the meat that she posted, I'm going to assume.
It makes the Sweet Baby Ray's stick to it so much better. So yes, and yes. So there's actually, I put 2 different barbecue sauces on my presser alert. Yes, I am Team Summer. We've got the in. Thank God. Here we go. It is up, babe. Let's do this thing.
And we're going to fast forward this because we already watched it. I just want to get to her rant, or lack thereof. Oh, look at her. She's such an a-hole. She put up boom. Like, how old are you, Betty? She's muted.
I didn't realize I was muted. Oh my God. JLR, Lord have mercy. And you know, he had a great question. You know, are the parents under investigation as well? They're not really, you're still holding a lot to their chest. They decided to do this press conference to let everybody know that she finally acknowledged that this is a hoax. I about came unglued when he said hoax. It came out of the chief of police. And he said some other things that basically said, look, it really isn't up to me. There were other outside resources that came in here. She is getting arrested. They keep.
That's not what he said, Betty. He didn't answer the question, is she going to be charged? He said, that is up to the district attorney. Yes, there could be charges, but he did not say she's going to be arrested.
Alleging like this, and he's
like, I exactly laugh at life. And sometimes I may not hear things right, but I feel like I'm a pretty good listener and I can remember things. If I don't remember, I'll look it up or I think of it later. Sometimes I have a hard time finding words, but he didn't say she was going to be arrested.
They're looking at the dollar figure. Like, she's going to have restitution here. I think
Again, they did not say she's going to have restitution either. And I need to take a picture because there she is looking for something, probably some other misinformation that she wants to spew.
The attorney decided he needed to come out with this because they just need to get it over with. If they keep expending resources going down this avenue of this abductor, then she's going to have even more penalty on her.
Betty, did you not listen to the press conference? They're not going down the trail of an abductor. She admitted she lied. She lied. But they're looking into what happened for those 49 hours. They're interviewing or meeting with her and her parents with their legal team, or her lawyer, not her legal team, tomorrow. So why are you making shit up?
To keep the charade up, to keep the lying going. And there is not a stitch in my mind that truly believes she acted alone in this. Like, where was she?
Oh, here we go. People can't disappear and be by themselves for 49 hours, Betty. Okay.
And still not making herself available to law enforcement. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
She didn't listen to the press conference. I'm 100% sure at this point that she had the presser on, but wasn't even listening. Because she has a meeting with law enforcement tomorrow. Oh my gosh.
So they definitely said they still don't know. I truly do not believe that they don't know. This man is a seasoned police chief. Okay, I'm pretty sure.
That's funny because she didn't say such nice things about him the last time they did a press conference, but I digress.
Sure, he's worked his way up from the ground up. This man had a poker face. You know, this is the police chief. If you do not think this police chief has the answers, he has the answers. He knows what he's allowed to say and what he should not be allowed to say. That man.
Truth Junkie, I thought they said they were meeting with all of them. Maybe I misunderstood. I can listen to it again. But either way, she's lying. Because maybe she's not lying, but their attorney, who is their representation, is meeting with law enforcement. But I will listen to it again.
And had a poker face, a poker face. And I do believe that they're just trying to get Carly to come in. I think once Carly comes in,
they're going to arrest her.
She's done. As soon as they have her in that police department to question her, she's going to jail. That is what.
That's not how it works, Betty. Well, it's funny you say that, Titanium Shoulder, because I was calling her a hot mess yesterday, and so now I just call her a skank ass. So, yeah.
I believe that is truly, truly, truly what I believe. If she goes to that police department to give them a statement with or without her attorney, doesn't matter which, she's going to jail. That's my prediction. I think she's going to jail.
All right, there it is. She's predicting that tomorrow Carly's going to go to jail. Yeah, she said Carly was going to go to jail on this past Friday. So she's batting zero at this point.
Jail in the next 72 hours anyways. And the reason why I say that is because I have a funny feeling when they meet with her attorney tomorrow, they will be advising her attorney that she is going to be arrested for this crime. I do believe that they've already talked to law enforcement about possible criminal charge, or not law enforcement, but the state attorney about possible criminal charges. I think their hands are tied because they're not going to be able to, I mean, think about it. If they're looking for restitution, they're not going to be able to force her to pay that restitution without charging her. That would be part of the penalty phase of her conviction and the restitution. So they, I really truly believe that, you know, this is not going to be, well, if you just pay us back all the money you owe us. I think what we're going to find.
B Legend, I would allude to the same. They would just go pick her up if they wanted her in jail right now. I mean, clearly it's not that important at this point.
Find out is that there was hundreds of thousands of dollars expended on this, and I don't think she's going to have the ability. And her parents, why would her parents saddle themselves with hundreds of thousands of dollars of financial burden when their daughter's an adult? It would be much easier for their 25-year-old daughter to take on that burden of financial costs. And if she can't afford to pay it, then she needs to file bankruptcy and liquidate her Mercedes. Like if I was,
she thinks this is a joke. Like she doesn't give a shit about this girl, this case, nothing. She thinks it's a joke because everything she's saying, she can sell her Mercedes. Betty, don't be jealous. Don't be a hater. Oh my word. And actually, we're going to pause there for a second because she did put her live. She made it into a short on TikTok. And so we're going to just watch this. Let me get rid of that comment that's kind of in the way. So this was part of her live from earlier.
That press conference was out of this world. Finally, Carly's attorney has decided to bring the charade to an end today at a press conference where the chief of police read her statement in the record for the people. They have been working very, very hard to button up this investigation. They talked about the multitude of resources that were involved. They are talking about this is definitely a confirmed hoax. Even the police chief said hoax. So there's no doubt in anybody's mind that this is a hoax. There's no aliens that came down here and abducted her. She doesn't have a clown chasing after her with a midget down Interstate 459. It was truly a hoax. And I'm very thankful that Carly made the first step in righting this wrong, in accepting responsibility and accepting accountability. It is about time. And I am thankful to you, Carly, for finally doing the right thing. And I said here that she really needs, if she wants this stuff to stop, let's start moving forward in healing. But first, you need to acknowledge what you did. And as of today, she did acknowledge what she did. She is taking responsibility and accountability for her actions. And I couldn't be more pleased about this. I know many people across social media are probably very, very happy that she finally has started taking responsibility for what she has done to the community.
Why don't you start taking responsibility for what you've done? Why haven't you paid your credit card yet, Betty? Oh, right. It was in your husband's name, according to you. Okay. Sorry.
And around this world. So great day, guys. She's going to be meeting with the lawyers and law enforcement tomorrow.
The lawyers?
police chief said they have a meeting with her attorney tomorrow, and I believe they're going to be discussing the types of charges that they're going to be seeking against Carly. This would be like SOP, standard operating procedures. So I anticipate her turning herself over to law enforcement in the next few days as her attorney starts negotiating with law enforcement on her behalf. So God bless you guys. For those that trusted this channel, I do appreciate it. God bless you. Have a great day. And remember, be kind to one another.
Yeah, shut your pie hole. Oh, this person says, I knew you were right. Ugh, I hate these people. That one we looked at. Oh, look, she's the same background. And what? Oh, this was about, I think this was about law enforcement using psychedelic drugs or something. I don't know. Let's watch this one. This was before press conference.
Hey guys, so I follow an account called Evil Exists on YouTube, and I've been following Evil Exists for quite some time, and this has a spurt of information where Evil Exists has found some information where it appears Carly and her boyfriend are trying to capitalize off of her hoax of a story, her fake story of this alleged abduction of a man with orange hair, balding, and has a toddler with him. Check this story out.
Has been going on, and more information is coming out. Just unbelievable. It doesn't look like Carly will come out to apologize anytime soon for wasting people's.
Oh, look, she's using someone else's content. And I'm not going to show it because that's not Betty's content. So she didn't even do an outro. She only did an intro and then showed Evil Exists video and then left it at that. All right. So, and you can see the one where she was, in my opinion, bullying Carly's parents and the boyfriend. And so now it has a sensitive
TikTok, Bullhorn Betty here. So I got this.
Yep. So she did post it on YouTube because it has that warning on it. Evil Exists isn't the most reliable. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I've never heard of that creator, but oh, he's a conspiracy channel. Makes sense. That's true, Cheese. With 30 theories, she was bound to get one right. All right, so it's been about 2 hours. We're going to go maybe another 10 minutes, and then oh, this is almost over. Perfect. Okay, we're going to finish her live, and then we'll just shoot the breeze for a little bit.
Her Mercedes would already be sold. Like, I'm telling you, would already be sold. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It would already be sold. And if she didn't want to sell it, if it was in her name and she did not want to sell it, then she better go live in it. Because you getting up out of my house. You getting up out of my house. You embarrassed the whole entire family. You have humiliated me. You've cost this family embarrassment. You cost this family shame. You cost this family financially. You know, I'm sorry. You're selling that car, or you're going to live in that car. You take your pick. But those are your two options.
Is that what your parents told you to do, Betty, when you had all those charges? Did they tell you to pack up and get the hell out? Is that what they told you? Like, why would parents do that? They love their daughter. Just because she made a really awful mistake doesn't mean they're going to kick her out and treat her like shit. If anything, I think they would probably be even more adoring and aware of what she's going through. Because clearly she's going through something. You don't make up an elaborate plan like that for no reason. That's just my opinion. I'm not a mental health professional, but I just feel like someone who makes something that elaborate up has something going on mentally.
Because you ain't living here if that car's out front. I don't know what else to tell you, babe. Anyways, good press conference. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I'm glad they got that statement from Carly. You know, I called for this morning about, or maybe it was yesterday. I can't remember. My days run together. I've been so busy.
You've been so busy. Please.
You know, I called for her to take responsibility. And this ain't going away until she comes out and apologizes. Why she didn't? Well, she didn't come out and apologize. This is as close as we're going to probably get to an apology from her. And it sounds like through the help of her attorney, she has taken responsibility, or at least the first steps of taking responsibility for her actions. So I definitely hope that this is a positive step forward. For me, this helps me. I know it because I know attorneys, and I really truly believe he helped her come to this conclusion. Jonathan will be stalking her. Yeah, no, he keeps it legal. He keeps it legal. So, I'm not too worried about him, but the law's the law. If, you can't be offended if people decide to follow the law just because you don't, not that you don't like it, May, not, I'm not trying to pick on you or anything like that, but for those other people out there, how can you fault somebody for following the law? If you don't like it, that's, what's more, listen, it's lawful. In some of the situations, I don't care about, and I know Jonathan doesn't either. I don't care about somebody's thought. I care about putting my eye on where I need to go and going for that. And Jonathan is a lot like that. He's very disciplined, and but he keeps it all legal. He keeps it all legal, and he conducts himself in a professional manner. And just because you're loud and you're controversial doesn't mean you're not professional. You can be both. You can be both. And we prove it every single day. We prove it every single day. So there you guys have it. She lied. Police chief called it a hoax. Everybody that needed the police chief to call it the hoax so people can actually know what to think now. Now you can think it's a hoax for all those naysayers out there, okay? The police chief told you can think that way. So now you can think that way.
You're not funny, buddy.
I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry. There was, you know what? I want you guys to see this because I think this explains it. Some people they're like, I hate her. And I want you guys to watch this. I want you guys to see this. Let me see.
Oh, what are you going to show us, buddy?
I remember downloading it. Let me find it. Which one is it? There it is. That's the. Let me move this.
Ooh, show and tell everybody.
Send it over here. We upload it here. You wonder how all this bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom, But I think this really does kind of, explain a lot. I think it really does. It's almost ready. Here, I want you guys to watch.
I don't enjoy hurting people.
Okay, I'm not going to show someone else's content. She does that all the time with TikTok.
I get a lot of powerful messaging. I really do. I listen to a lot of stuff. I listen to a lot of people that inspire us to do better, that, teach us how to be more productive, that tell us, how to get the noise out of our life. I'm constantly trying to find ways to improve and better myself and leave all the noise behind. I can't help who is jealous of me. And let's be honest, somebody that stalks you for 2 years is either obsessed or jealous or a little bit of both. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, right? When you follow and pop and follow creator from one thing to another for the sole purpose of trying to get their attention. And when you don't get their attention, you go after them even harder and harder and harder and harder. Well, I don't listen to any of that.
Oh. Well, isn't this interesting? Are we going to get a little bit of a rant? How much is left? Oh, just a few minutes. Let's see what she
I gotta keep the noise out. And that's why we have moderators and why we work so very hard to keep all the crap out of our chat room. So anyways, guys, I hope you are having a wonderful day. We'll keep it real here. Oh, Crime Doll, I was looking at, and I'm sorry because I didn't, so when I'm on my live, I very rarely read the comments section, and you had a great question and I forgot what it was, but I'm like, I can't believe I missed that. And it was on the last live. Either way, I also wanted to give a shout out to Sonia because she gifted 5 Bullhorn Betty memberships, and I didn't even see it. I had no earthly idea that it even happened. And so I wanted to make sure she got a shout out because, I didn't give her a shout out earlier. And I know some people have been doing stuff. So I'm trying to.
I do have her sped up to 1 1/4 speed, but. Yeah, I agree, Melissa. Why would anyone hate her? Well, Betty hates her because she didn't make as much money as she thought she was going to be. And actually, I'll slow her back down just for the last minute or so.
Better to make sure because I got into not looking and So I want to make sure you guys get your credit. Thank you for helping support Bullhorn Betty, and God bless each and every one of you. But what a bombshell today. Carly Russell finally admitting she lied about it all. I'm going back and bouncing. What does it say? Bouncing to listening now because I'm closing my eyes trying to sleep before work at 10. Well, don't worry, Crime Doll. We're going out. And I believe there's something going on tonight. I remember hearing about it, but I forgot what it is. So anyways, guys, have a great night. God bless each and every one of you. Until next time, please be safe and kind.
Yeah, shush your mouth. All right. So there is her reaction. It wasn't as I mean, she was definitely gloating, but I thought it was going to be a little bit more explosive, I guess. And it wasn't. So oh, and she also posted her TikTok video on YouTube. So she's posting her shorts in both locations. I just saw that when I closed out. And before we go, I'm just going back to see if there's any new comments. So on the meat picture, I just wanted to look to see if there was more comments. And someone, Kirk says, laugh out loud. Are you pretending to have cooked them? Here's a tip. At least cover the tray in fat if you want the slightest chance of being believed. So that was one of the latest one that came in. So I'm just going to look at chat quick. And so I went a little bit over 2 hours, but not bad. I've been online way too long today. $10,000 for new cameras that she broke from her face in a mugshot. I think she was talking about blank screen. I'm thinking because she's been saying, oh, you know, they've been harassing me for 2 years, blah, blah, blah. The same old, same old. Clown world. Yeah. Can you imagine Betty's explosion if Carly's parents sent her on a cruise for a couple of months to recover after the birthday party? Well, you know, that I think Carly does need to get away. I think she should go somewhere or at least lay really low for a long time and definitely get the help that she may need. Yeah, her mods do seem to be doing, they keep the, well, and somebody said they do, oh, Lisa said her mods do all the work anyways. Yeah, they keep the truth out of her chat. She said, you know, like they seem to have to do everything. Like she doesn't do anything. My mods don't even know if I'm going live or not. That's how much I care that they, I mean, obviously I want them to keep trolls out, which our favorite troll didn't show up today. Teespring didn't show up. Or Spring Tea, whatever. I said Teespring. That's the shirt company, Spring Tea. Yeah, her cutesy talk when she's like, "Oh, I'm so sweet." No, you're not. And I really wish she would take down, actually, let me go look at, I think she posted it on YouTube, that video about the woman in the suitcase. And I'm glad that I was able to get, I'll be following that case for sure. Let me see if she still has it on YouTube. Okay, so she doesn't have it on YouTube. Let me see if she probably still has it on TikTok. I didn't even notice. Oh, yes, she does. She still has it, but it only has 685 views, but she should take the TikTok she did on the Delray Beach case. She needs to take it down because they did a press conference. What she has now is misinformation. It's not updated. She didn't do an update. She needs to take that video down because it's misinformation. Right, B Legend. She loves telling everyone else what to do. or what they're doing wrong, but she doesn't want to be critiqued herself. My stepmother puts on a front like she's nice, but in reality, she's a biatch and can't hide her RBF. Blowhard reminds me of my stepmother. Yeah, exactly. She's jelly. That's all it is. She's jelly. Hey, Anna. How's it going? Hey, Yanni. It's been a while. Getting the morning sorted. Hey, everyone. Yeah, she appears to be very jealous of other people's cars, worth, etc. She gets very spiteful. Yep, and vindictive. Yes, you've been missing so many lives, and you also missed family dinner yesterday. Yes, and I brought lots of goodies that you missed out on. That could be 2 rabbit hole survivors. She's jealous of the love Carly's parents have for their daughter. That could be 2. Yeah, she is. She's so excited that it was fake. Like, sit down. Yes, it actually is good that Anna came in late because I said some bad words. Hey, Stella Bella. Welcome home from work. Yeah, she's so jelly of the family. I just like winding her up. Oh no, no electricity for 3 days. It's been a hot mess. Always replay. Oh, that's sweet. Well, too bad, Anna. You chose to be defiant and not come to family dinner. So, Lukey, your brother got the goodies, and you got a big fat goose egg, which is nothing. Yep. All right, y'all. I am gonna say goodbye because I've been on here way too long. But I'm really glad that we were able to watch the press conference for the case in Florida together. I am gonna put together a clip about that and how Betty was spreading misinformation. And then I will also probably include some parts of the press conference just to further support my information that I had stated and to disprove what she said. And I really hope she takes that video down. If she doesn't, we know it's all about the clicks and views. Well, yeah, or the swipes. So, yeah. Loving thy neighbor is the most American thing you can do. Agreed. And with that, I hope you all have a great night. I have a lot of catching up to do on YouTube because I've missed a lot of lives and there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, it appears. And maybe I'll just go watch my raccoons instead because this was fun. So thank you to those who spent numerous hours with me today. I really appreciate it. I will not be live tomorrow because I have to go get my car inspected because my inspection's out in about a week. So I'm not going to be live tomorrow, but I will be back on Wednesday with some more true crime and story time. And until then, I hope you all have a great night. See y'all on the flip side.